Hotel Transylvania is about the father-daughter relationship between Adam Sandler's Dracula and Selena Gomez's Mavis. She's turning 118, which I guess is the legal age for vampires. She wants to go out in the world and explore everything because she's been living in a castle her whole life. But Adam Sandler is afraid of humans because it's something from his past, so he has everyone convinced that humans want to kill all monsters. So for his daughter's 118th birthday, he invites all of his monster friends, Frankenstein, the Invisible Man, the Mummy, Werewolf, all voiced by the likes of Kevin James, David Spade, CeeLo Green, and Steve Buscemi, to just have a big party. And just when everything is set to kick off, a human voiced by Andy Samberg ends up finding the place, and Dracula knows that if anyone sees him, they're going to freak out, so he disguises him as a monster, and the movie is just about all these monsters in the castle, essentially just hanging out for a weekend. Now, here's a problem. Despite that lengthy description, this movie doesn't really have a plot. Once it's set up, it's really just random gag after random gag after random gag, and it's just rapid fire the whole time. These jokes come as quick as they go. Some gags got a chuckle for me, but then others fall flat. And then it goes on like this for a while, and then I realized that this movie's just really running on slapstick and visuals. Like, there's this sequence where Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg are hanging out on these flying tables, and it's not bad, and I get that they were starting to get along better. It's just that I thought the movie relied on visual scenes like this too much to make up for its lack of story, so instead of just going with it, I just saw through it. And it kind of just wore me out after a while, but just when I was ready to give up on the movie, it kind of just got into its story more, and you really got to see a more human side to these characters. Andy Samberg's character was annoying the crap out of me when he first came in, but he grows on you eventually, and you learn why Dracula is the way he is, and it's like, wow, some of this stuff is actually pretty good. Also credit the movie for actually being in this world. Like, they reference Twilight, Andy Samberg listens to LMFAO, and I thought those aspects were interesting. And then here's something I realized in the third act: the budding romance between Selena Gomez's and Andy Samberg's characters are essentially a mirrored comedic play on Twilight, and I thought that was brilliant. And just like when I'm like, okay, I think I can really like this movie now, the movie ends with a singing number, and I don't usually have anything against singing or dancing numbers at the end of animated movies, but this one was just bad. I mean, it started out okay, and I'm like, I could go with this. And then it ends with Adam Sandler rapping, and that's when I was like, no. I was definitely in the middle when it came to judging this movie, because it did some things very well, and then other things not so well, and then that song just made me think back to the negatives. So unfortunately, I do have to give this movie a 2.5 out of 5. And I know the score might piss some people off, because a lot of the people that were looking forward to this are fans of the director Genndy Tartakovsky. I'm not good at pronouncing Russian names, but he's the guy who did Samurai Jack and Dexter's Lab way back when. But nothing against the guy, I'm honestly just calling it the way I see it. Like, the movie definitely did some things very well. The voice talent was game, the visuals were good. There were definitely some true heartfelt moments that I thought were cute, but the whole movie was just undercut for me by having that constant moving energy that this movie just thought it needed to have, especially when only 20% of the jokes that this movie makes actually end up tickling my funny bone, and the only sound I can make was So, I don't want to be a bad guy that's just picking on the movie, but that's honestly just my take on it. And if you like this review and you want to see more, please subscribe, and I'd really appreciate it. If you like the movie more than I did, tell me why, tell me what you thought worked, tell me what you thought didn't work. Was I just not seeing anything? I'd appreciate some feedback.